Hi PG fam, welcome back to the Yvette set for personal growth straight talk topics with me, Yvette, aka EJ. So how's your personal growth going? Working on yourself for yourself feels good, doesn't it? You desiring with purpose, then figuring out how and holding yourself accountable for achieving your growth goals. Let's dig in and nourish our growth roots. Episode 5, Commitment. Perhaps you had a realization or aha moment to work on commitment as your growth goal. Question to keep in mind: how do you fulfill your commitments? So PG fam, you know we focus on solutioning for the present and future from a coaching perspective. When people say they commit, we trust and believe they will do what they said. That doesn't always happen, does it? If it did, then all commitments would be perfectly fulfilled. We know a few things. A commitment is an accepted promise or an agreement that you are responsible for fulfilling, to complete what you committed to. We know the negative outcomes. For number one, you not achieving your personal goals could leave you feeling disappointed, defeated, unhappy, discouraged, or stuck. And your broken promises and not fulfilling shared agreements with other people could damage your character, integrity, reputation, or shatter trust in any of your relationships or hurt people you care about. Check this out. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear commitment? Probably marriage, well, healthy marriage, or committed relationship, or something like goals, promises, or agreements. We think about a healthy marriage or healthy committed relationship as solidity, like two people making a promise or shared agreement, such as to remain faithful to each other for the rest of their lives. If one or both of them violates their individual commitment, then their marriage or that relationship could fail or suffer. The same applies when multiple people are involved, right? As a family, friends, team, or crew, whether at home or on the job or in the community, where we make all types of promises and collective agreements. In any shared agreement, each person is responsible for doing their part. So all anyone can do is put forth 100% effort to honor their individual contributions. Now, it's different for personal commitments because you control every aspect to follow through on achieving what you want for yourself, and you only have yourself to blame for your unfulfilled commitments. Whichever commitments we make to ourselves and other people, either we finish what we start or we don't. So how do you fulfill your commitments? Starting with yourself. So for number one, you fulfilling your personal commitments, your growth goals, or whatever you say you want for yourself. A few questions. Do you marry your personal commitments? What does a healthy relationship with your personal goals look like to achieve them? Such as self-honesty, which is always at the top, right? Does your marriage include also defining exactly what you want for yourself? Knowing why you want it and how to make it happen? Leaning into your superpowers like self-confidence, self-control, focus, courage, resiliency, and realistically addressing your challenges. And does that marriage include staying self-motivated and on track? Do you have any commitment blockers, fears, procrastination, distractions, anxiety, self-sabotage, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-trust? Like, how do you address what prevents you from completing your personal commitments? Common theme. Do you know why? The noise is real, isn't it? Self-induced pressure, outside pressures, influences resulting in us wanting to keep up with the Joneses, or to be something we're not, or to be the first one to do something or to achieve something at any cost. Why do you honestly want it for yourself? What do you honestly expect to gain? How important is it for you to fulfill commitments to yourself? Ever notice how we tend to make important things a top priority and complete them? Do you have a plan? How will you do it? Like, what is your strategy and realistic follow-through plan to fulfill your personal commitments? Another common theme: what ways do you hold yourself accountable for achieving what you want for number one? Like self-inspection, maintaining a checklist, or making any necessary adjustments as needed. And how do you celebrate your achievements, big wins and small wins along the way? When we consistently achieve personal commitments, our system of following through to completion becomes good habit and routine, which enables us to fulfill our promises and shared commitments. Now, for keeping promises you make to other people and doing favors, a couple of questions for you. Do you make genuine promises without expectations of anything in return? Like, what are your personal reasons for promises you make, such as to be nice, kind, because you care, because you love the person, or it's the right thing to do? And what factors into you keeping your promises, like you marrying your promises, or your intent, your time, energy, all your priorities, financial cost, the process or logistics to keep your promise? And as we mentioned earlier, when you enter into shared agreements with other people, all you can control is yourself to fulfill your individual committed contributions. Like we hear all the time, do your part, do your job. So 2 questions for you. Thinking about discovery, how do you find out exactly what you're committing to or getting yourself into? Such as asking the right questions, researching, requesting the truth, or confirming expectations. That way, you're better able to decide whether you want to commit or not, and it can also minimize chances of regrets. Regardless of what that agreement is, it could be borrowing or paying back money. It could be a project, event, or to be in a committed relationship or marriage, or even when it comes to procreating, which morphs into obligation. And what do you take into consideration when you enter into shared agreements? Things considered could be anything and depends on that agreement, such as integrity and trust of yourself and from others, your mindset, your honest reasons for doing it, personal obstacles to remove like fear, lack of trust, stressors, baggage, or dependencies to resolve, required knowledge, skills, or tools, and what your individual strategy and plan looks like to do everything in your power to fulfill your committed contributions. Whichever way you decide to follow through on fulfilling your commitments, your personal goals, keeping your promises and agreements with other people, it starts and ends with you. So if commitment is a growth goal for you, how do you fulfill your commitments? If fulfilling commitments is one of your superpowers, how do you celebrate your wins, small and big? Well, our 7-minute-ish time box is up, doing a soft close. Thanks for hanging out, PG fam, and stay passionate about your personal growth. Please drop personal growth topics you want me to cover in the comments below, and connect with me on Instagram. Make your week wonderful, fam. Proud plug for my products. Commitment context can be found in all 6 of my books. For my 6 books, you can read the first few ebook pages for free. Links are in the description. Thank you for listening. Until next time, feel good about yourself for yourself. Stay blessed, PG fam.